1051.
It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club.
That's right.
Now here we have Shaka King.
Yes.
And who else?
And Banga Akinabe. I know you can't say his name.
Definitely wasn't gonna be able to pronounce that. Banga Akinabe.
This is a psychopath in all the movies. Bango Akinabe, I seen you in something looking crazy. What
Lottery
movie was that?
ticket?
Lottery ticket. That's who it was. I knew it. I'm like, where do I know this guy from?
Yes.
And from The Wire.
I don't remember him from The Wire, but
Yes,
I never
you do.
remember him
He was-
chasing Bow Wow around.
He was Marlo's right. He was Marlo's right hand man in The Wire.
Oh, okay,
played
got you.
Chris.
Okay,
Yeah. So.
Him and Snoop, they put the bodies in the vacants.
got you.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And he's really like that in real life. I've seen him kill people.
This is the act. The Wire was real.
Oh,
yeah.
But actually, I'm going to tell you this right now because we are about to start talking about Brooklyn and Best Eye and all of that. But because of Banga, that's how I ended up going into contact on my house that I'm getting in Best Eye. I ran into him, and he had just closed on a house that day. And he was like, Angela, call that realtor right now. After I came from looking at a house, he said, and tell her you want that house. And I did it.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
So it's thanks to him.
No, I can't wait to have a party up in there.
Yeah, we're gonna have one at your house first, and then Shaka King and I, we went to the same high school in Brooklyn, Poly Prep.
Yeah.
Shaka, you 50?
No.
That means Emmy's 52.
Shut up.
But yeah, so it's interesting because you have this movie that you've done, an independent film.
What's it called?
Newlyweeds.
Newlyweeds.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
what's
Right.
that about?
Duh.
Loving weed, I say.
Love and Weed. That's a great name for a movie.
It
Like
is.
Love and Basketball, but weed.
So what separates this from other weed movies? Because a lot of
Stoner
times they
movies,
see
they
black
call it.
directors, black actors, like, oh yeah, weed movie, that's original.
Yeah, this movie's like no other weed movie ever. First of all, it's kind of dramatic on top of being funny. And there's never been any stoner comedy with any kind of sexual relationship or, this relationship period.
Explain the movie a little bit.
So it's about this repo man who hates his job. He everybody in his community hates him, so he gets high at work all day. And his relationship with his girlfriend, who comes from a really pretty privileged family, and she is choosing to be unemployed and get stoned all day. And it's about their relationship, their trials and tribulations, their like relationship with marijuana and their relationship with each other. So.
It's a really smart, funny film. What was it? It was IndieWire. They said it was like top 10.
Yeah, it's top 10 stoner
films
comedies
of all time.
And
yeah.
it takes place in Brooklyn and Bed-Stuy.
Yeah. And it's it's a real New York movie. Like all those New York movies of the '70s, like a lot of Spike's early work, New York factors heavily into the film. It's like a third character. So, it's different from stoner comedies in that respect as well.
And you said it also, I read some interviews that you said that you did, and you said that it also focuses a lot on relationships between black people in the community that we've never experienced, like a movie like this before with these characters.
Well, it's more so that the people in the community are very real people, and that if you've been present in a black community in New York for over 10, 20 years, you're gonna recognize just sort of folks you kind of see generally, but that you don't necessarily see on television or in movies.
And I think why this movie is relatable is because those same people are in Puerto Rican neighborhoods, Jewish neighborhoods. These are just people. Some of them just happen to blaze.
Yeah. Just New York people.
Do y'all show how good sex is when you're high?
You said sex isn't good when you're high.
Yeah, that's never been my thing really, because I get in my head.
Yeah, it makes you fast. Because you're overthinking the situation.
It never happened to me. That
Maybe that's just you, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely.
I mean, what's wrong with being high while you have sex? What's the problem with that?
It's not. I don't think it's a problem for everyone. It's
But for
just,
you, I'm saying.
I've had. Sometimes it's great, but I've had moments where I was thinking about something else that I shouldn't be thinking about when
Like
I'm having
what?
sex. Just like about.
Watch, careful, she'll get you.
Like what do you think about?
I like, are you might be having sex with somebody, you're like, damn, I shouldn't, this isn't really the move right now. Like, I shouldn't be having sex with this person.
It makes you
And you'll
guilty.
start
It's the
thinking about-
paranoia. Yeah.
you
You're like, man, I should really have put a condom on. It's too late now.
Exactly.
So many things.
Are you overthinking? Like, I want to stick my thumb in her butt, but I don't know how she's gonna feel about it. It makes you paranoid about things that you shouldn't be paranoid
Some simple
about.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should just act on.
Absolutely. For real.
It's good.
What? I had no idea things like that happen. Now, you also talked in some interviews about the gentrification of Bed-Stuy and how it is now, and that's something that I've been experiencing. We've both been experiencing.
We are a part of the problem now. We're gentrifiers. We've lived there. I don't know how long, but a while now. But buying and then putting the prices that they're now demanding, we become gentrifiers. It sucks. It makes me sick, but I don't want to leave the area.
You should have bought that house a long time
Hell
ago.
yeah.
As long as she's been living there, she should have bought that house 5 years ago.
I ain't had no money.
Well, it wouldn't have been nearly what you pay for now.
Okay, but I still
you
ain't
probably
had
could
no
have got it
money.
for damn near free. They
You
probably
didn't have
gave
no
it to
money,
you.
Envy.
That's what free means. They gave it to you.
They didn't
damn
give you
near
free
during that
houses
time.
back then. Now we had an interesting conversation up here earlier. Charlamagne believes in stop and frisk, and
So,
Envy
no, you can stop right there.
does
What?
not. So I
Wow.
would love to get your
That's
opinion.
not the conversation we was having. We was having a conversation about racial profiling.
No, but you
And-
believe
I
in
know,
stop and
but
frisk,
but
though.
we also
Well,
talked about stop and
And I was
frisk.
talking about the guy who just attacked the bikers who attacked the Asian guy.
Yeah. Well, no, that's you right there. You already phrased it in a way that's biased.
Okay, well, he attacked the guy. Did you see the guy's rap sheet?
I saw what happened on the video.
But did you see the guy's rap sheet?
No, I didn't see
One
his
the
rap sheet.
biker. Always gun possession, drug possession, violent crime.
Which is
so what I
which
said
is why you
was,
should be careful who you run over with your SUV.
yeah,
But that dude may be strapped.
So I said racial profiling isn't justifiable, but we as people make it understandable when we have those kind of rap sheets. When somebody fits the description and we prove we actually are the description, we make it bad for brothers.
But
that ain't
every
doing
now and
nothing.
then, there's probably way more people that don't fit that fit the description that haven't done anything. Then every now and then somebody does.
Exactly, and which is the precise reason why you shouldn't racial profile, because the majority of people won't have those rap sheets.
But there would be no racial profiling if it wasn't guys that looked like that guy actually being
Look,
what they
see,
think
you
that
saying
guy
looked.
is.
You say- So his look had
Yes.
his look made him a criminal.
No, but if you don't want to be perceived as a thug, don't dress like one.
So-
But my parents been telling me that for years.
But you're just
Says
like
the
a
same
thug.
guy
I
that
sure
will wear-
am.
says the same guy-
I
says the
sure,
same guy that wears gold glue
I
in his
sure
mouth.
am.
Like, there's no difference.
But I've been saying for the past few months, and I told Angelique this, I'm gonna get to a point in my life where I want to make that transition where I'm dressing different, because I don't want to be lumped in the same. I don't want to be looked upon as everybody else.
But you might be in jail because they racially profiled you.
What do you mean?
Like you're saying tomorrow I'm not gonna.
No,
wear
I'm
that.
not gonna be in jail if I'm not.
years-
No. I'm not. That's the other thing. I'm not gonna be in jail if I'm not doing nothing wrong.
No, that's not true. That-
Don't be black right now.
Don't be
Listen,
Republican right
no,
now.
it don't matter.
I'm
They
not
can
gonna be in
listen.
jail, not
Listen, I
do
tell all
nothing
my
wrong.
homeboys all the time. They can stop us all they want, but if we ain't doing nothing, if we don't got no weed on us, if we don't got
That's
no
not
gun in the
true.
car,
That's
they
the
can't
thing.
take us to
But that's the thing
jail.
right there. They can't stop us all they want. That's the difference. That's wrong. They can't do that.
I like it being better safe than sorry.
That's
Well,
great, but they can't stop us all
when-
they want.
when
They're
I-
violating my rights.
But whose fault is it they're stopping us? It's guys like the biker who's got a long rap sheet.
No,
That's
actually,
not-
that's not where. I'm sorry, that's not where stop and frisk come from. It's from the ComStats. It's these ComStats that were started like decades ago. That the numbers came down, and to keep those numbers down continuously, you have to manufacture numbers. It has nothing to do with the crime. It has to do with the COs.
So
and
you think?
XOs.
So you think that the statistic that they just put out, that ever since the stop and frisk rule and the new one, gun crime has gone up as far as like shootings in New York City.
I don't have that.
So you think that's fake?
No,
It has
it's a
nothing to do with stop and
backlash.
frisk.
No, it's
It
a
has nothing to do with
backlash.
stop and
I think
frisk.
it's a backlash. On the real, people are pissed the way the police are relating to the communities. They're not. They're going in there busting heads. It's a backlash. It has nothing to do with stop and frisk, like Envy
Nothing
said.
to do with stop and frisk.
Listen, I think places like Chicago, they want the stop and frisk. They want the policies that New York has. They want the mandatory gun laws. They want the people to get stop and frisk all the time because it'll make the community
You're treating
safer.
symptoms, but you're not treating the problem.
You'll never treat the problem.
That's not true. You can treat the problem.
How?
Well, that goes to my my T-shirt line, Liberated People.
Now you're just trying to sell a T-shirt.
No, because
How do you? I want to know, how do you fix the problem?
Because you got to mobilize the populace. Absolutely, we have to take our own communities back. We have to get involved. We can't let police or criminals take over our communities the way they have. We have to make politicians accountable. We don't do that, especially in our communities. We don't go out and vote. Not that the vote does all that much good, but we still need to do it because people died for it. We don't take
I
control.
think we need to start policing ourselves, and I think it starts.
Well, that's
with,
exactly
I
what
think
I'm
it-
saying.
I know, and this is what I said earlier. I think it starts with instilling things like our parents used to tell us. Look,
Bless you.
appearance is everything. If you don't want to be profiled as a thug, don't dress like one. My father used to tell me that all the time. Did I listen?
So what's dressed like a thug, Charlamagne?
Pants sagging off your ass,
Why is pants
tattoos
sagging?
on your face.
Why does that make you a thug?
Cause
Hey,
those
make
private
you a
school
thug.
kids just like that
Listen,
too.
private school kids, and a lot of those
That's
Caucasian
culture.
people have tattoos over
Listen,
their face, and they
let's
and they
not
say
act
it,
like hip
and
hop
they
has not
sag
celebrated
their
the
pants
criminal
the same.
lifestyle for the past 20 years.
Oh yeah,
We
yes.
celebrated it
Yes.
and glorified it for the past 20 years.
Yes, we're saying different things though right now.
How?
Right?
I'm saying the same.
No, dressing like a thug, it makes you a criminal.
But
That's
what's
not
dressing
true.
like a thug?
That's
What
not
is
true.
dressing like
But
a
you're
thug?
right. Hip hop has celebrated it, and that's some simple. Oh, okay, we can't curse on here, right?
Yeah,
Oh, that's some simple. That's some simple. Like I listen to some of these rappers, and I'm like, man, these flows are hot. You know, the way the wordplay is hot. Why are you talking about stupid? Imagine if you started talking about some intelligent. Oh my God, how out of this world would your music
Listen,
be?
late 80s. Public Enemy, Poor
Oh, my
Righteous
God.
Teachers, KRS-One. We had brothers walking around with Malcolm X hats on, wearing the African medallions. We were different. We were looked upon different. Now we have embraced the criminal lifestyle, and then we get mad when we get profiled. But we talk about being criminals all the time.
Hold up. But the thing is, you're talking about appearances, which isn't real. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is. I'm gonna tell you why.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
You've been talking the whole time. But, you know, during that time, you had brothers wearing that outfit, you know, and wearing that garb, but they were also committing crimes.
They were still getting arrested. They were still getting arrested with those African beads, with the African pins. They were still getting.
I'm gonna tell you why appearance. I'm gonna tell you why appearance is everything.
Arrested. Still, I'm saying,
I'm
doesn't matter what you wear.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why appearance
Doesn't
is
matter
everything.
what you wear.
Do you think that guy in that Range Rover would have been just as terrified if it was just some Asians that were surrounding him?
That many Asians? Hell yeah.
And you hit one of them on a bike. You know they have Asian gangs, right?
What puts fear in What puts fear in somebody that much that they feel like I will run them?
It was the numbers.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't just the numbers. It was the yo, bitch ass, I'm gonna you up, and you know that's how they was acting.
Well, part of. Did you see what he did? I don't understand how the conversation changed to focus on them from what he did.
What did he do?
He ran over human beings.
But did you see what happened initially to cause that?
They caught up to him or something like that.
The bikers got in front of him and pumped his brakes.
They slowed us down, but he hit one of them. He
didn't do it on purpose.
But
the guy came up on the side of him and tried to get in front of him to slow him down.
He hit a biker. And he didn't do, whether he did it on purpose or not, he hit another person on this who's not protected by the armor of an SUV. He hit somebody. That alone, like, a police officer should have been involved.
Well, guess who called 911?
He did call the police.
The guy in the Range Rover.
That's great.
Throughout the whole situation.
Yeah, he was scared. Listen. All right, so he called the police. And then he made another wrong choice by running over human beings. And I don't understand why no one's talking about that.
Exactly.
So you think the bikers made a bad choice by chasing him down and beating his ass?
Absolutely, they made a wrong choice by chasing him.
Yes.
Absolutely, they made a wrong choice by chasing him.
They put fuel on the fire, but he in the SUV, he had the power. He had the power.
He was scared.
He was more wrong.
Public Enemy said it a long time ago. Fear of a black planet. But they were saying it for good reason. They were saying they were scared. They were saying they were scared that consciously we was going to take over.
And almost kill individuals and kill people.
Justify that.
It doesn't give you the
And
right.
you said he would have did the same thing.
He did also have his 2-year-old daughter in the back of the car and his wife there.
So because of all that, we can understand his fear, but that doesn't justify what he did.
That doesn't make it right.
No, which is why we have a jury of 12 who decides the fate of a criminal as opposed to the victim's family.
And what you just said is exactly how I feel about racial profiling. I don't justify it because it's not right, but I can understand it.
Okay, we can understand
That's
it.
it.
But I'm out here trying to make it right, though.
You are.
I went on trial for this because it's wrong. You know, so I understand.
So you know what you should do? You should jack up brothers that are out here doing bad.
Son, I talk to those cats all the time.
That's what we should be doing.
All the time. That's
like,
not the only
like
thing
getting
we should
mad
be
at the
doing.
system, getting mad at the police. No, get mad at the guy that's looking that's dressed like envy, but is actually doing something
I'll tell
wrong.
you this right now. I've listened to tapes where like from police officers to police officers, and it will make you sick. And so we have to get angry at the system and the police. So what's going on?
I don't know why it has to be either or.
It has to be. Why assist the system? If I can dress any way I want, if I'm not actually doing something wrong. But if I get profiled for being dressed the way I am, and I actually got a gun on me or weed, whose fault is that?
Well, it's both your faults.
How's it the police fault that I got a gun and weed on me?
Because they shouldn't have been profiling you in the first place, and there's
you
no
sound
reason they
ridiculous.
shot.
No, because we're still in.
Hold on a second. And what's the problem with carrying weed on you? Like why?
It's
why
not legal.
Why should I be arrested for?
And that is the other problem we have.
No.
We think the things that are illegal are legal. It's not legal.
No, what he's saying is, if he has something on him, whether it's legal or illegal, why are the police pulling him over?
Exactly.
You just don't have the right to see a black man on the middle of the
other
street.
10 black guys that they pulled over who had stuff on them.
You just don't have the right just to see a black individual on the street and pull him over.
You want to talk about legal? That's not legal.
First of all, the percentage of people who are doing illegal who get stopped and frisked. It pales it's like 0.1% of the folks that they're catching.
You know, in America, black men commit more violent crimes than anybody, and we only make up like 13% of the population. That's a ridiculous statistic.
Let me ask you.
I don't know if that's true. I think that they end up getting charged and going to jail for it more than anybody else because they don't have the proper lawyers.
The charges are more.
That's all. They get
I'm just speaking
prosecuted
about
more.
arrest. I don't know about charges of prosecution.
They get prosecuted more. That's what it is.
Why do you think that's the case?
Because we're out here doing things we don't got no
We
business.
don't
Why
have
do you think that's the
representation. We
case?
have money for representation.
Why? I don't know why. Because we're crazy.
Oh my!
I can't blame it on. I'm not gonna blame it on the economy and society because I come from the hood too.
Well, let me tell you this.
I'm not gonna just. I can't put.
It's I won't even say poor people because these people aren't poor. They're impoverished. and blue collar, because it's the crime statistics are actually the same in places like Appalachia where they're white poor, and they've been generationally white. We think we poor in the hood. You should go to Appalachia. It's a different level of poverty people haven't seen, and they're doing drugs and crimes like matching the same levels as Chicago. It's poverty. That's what it is. It's not about being black. It's not about being racist. You go to Asian neighborhoods with the same type of poverty, it's the same thing. That's what we need to address.
I think it's being poor mentally. I can't blame it on being poor financially.
That poverty. That's exactly poverty instills. It's a mentality, and being impoverished does that mentally as well. Absolutely, we need to address those things.
Well, it affects every aspect of your life.
Of being a human being.
Yeah, it
has nothing to do with your race.
Shaka, let's talk about your movie for a second, because that's what we're really here for. Newlyweeds.
Let's talk about your weed movie.
This is your first feature length film. It's independent. Mm-hmm. Did you do a Kickstarter campaign? How did you get? Everybody's doing it.
Well, we did one at the very end because we got into Sundance. In order to finalize the film for Sundance, we raised like $10,000 on Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm. So we had already made the film before we did Kickstarter.
Yeah.
How much did it cost to make this movie?
Under $1 million. I always stop him and I say under $1 million. As the producer on this.
That's fine.
There
you could say that.
And so what inspired you, like this movie in particular, about relationships? And there are a lot of people I know that sit around and smoke weed all day and they hate their job, and they spend all their money on weed, and I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah, I that was my life for a little while.
That was your life?
I hated my life. Yeah, I hated my life, and I used to go to work high, and I did that for many years, and then I actually started doing what I loved and got high while I did that, and then I made this movie, and that's how it happened.
So being high helped you out, basically.
Being high has always helped me out. It's done great things for me. I found that smoking weed and writing enabled me to become a better student. The relaxing.
I don't think we should. That's not something we should encourage. You're a little different. You're a little different than others.
Not really. I mean, most of the people I went to college with got stoned and wrote essays.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Vassar.
Okay.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting you went to Vassar.
I mean, the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix. How much great art has been, the product of, the confluence of weed and imagination. You know what I mean?
Listen, I smoke on occasion. You ain't gotta tell me.
Oh wait, you should be arrested. You should be in jail.
I smoke at home. I'm not carrying it in my car, and I'm not smoking while I'm driving.
It's still against the law.
Yeah, I mean, if they come to my house, listen, no doubt. If they come to my house and catch me smoking weed, yes, I should go to jail because weed is illegal. That's all. Sorry.
Should it be?
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well, alcohol does far more damage. It's legal.
It does. I don't know.
Cigarettes.
I don't know.
Well, guys, let's talk about the film, which is most important.
He just finished talking about the film.
No, I know.
He ain't finished.
Keep talking about the film. So, if people want to support this film, how can they support it?
They can.
Well, the movie's out till tomorrow in New York. It's playing at Film Forum, and we're opening in Baltimore on October 12th. I'm going to play there for 3 nights, the 12th, the 14th, and the 17th. But if people want to learn more about the film, the best bet's to go to facebook.com/Newlyweeds, and we're gonna have every theatrical release listed on there as they come up, and we have videos, we have tons of content, music mixes.
It's slightly autobiographical for you then.
Not really, not at all.
Because you said
really.
you used to smoke weed every day and go to
a
little
bit. but so it's personal in that sense, and I think it's something that a lot of people relate to. But I never repoed. I've never
that job must suck.
It's a lot of It seems like
I know people used to get up and smoke weed before they brush their teeth.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Good luck with everything on the
lively
film.
debate.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's the Breakfast Club, and it's the director and producer of Newlyweeds.
You got some weed on?
Thanks a
Thanks
lot.
for,
Nah,
don't listen. He's a narc.
I believe so.
Real people, real celebrities, real talk.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your ear.
Weekday morning, 6 to 10.